Hi, Big Small. Big Small Worlds is here. Big Small, how you doing, Big Small? What's going on? How was your day? I gotta get something here. Maybe a piece of paper. I don't know what happened to my little paper dish. Grab some paper. Use that. Let's see here. I need an MG. That'll be this guy. And this rifleman here. Right? I need another rifle. I don't think I need another rifleman. I need another MG base. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't have these out right. So anyway, I did actually lose a base that day that Walter jumped on the table. And I was fearing I lost some models. I found this in my bed. Right under my elbow this morning. I feel something scratching me. So I go looking at this, and here it is. Here's a base with a guy broken off. So I lost a guy. He's somewhere in my bed. Broke right off at the base. You could see his two little white remnants of his feet. Snapped off. The other guys were kind of bent, but they're okay. They survived. It's like, you know, I knew I missed one, and I might be missing the second one as well. But anyway, I went through my figures that I need, my medals, Battlefront miniatures that I still have, and I got all the miniatures I need for that, so I could fill in the gaps here for the missing. But again, I did find this, so here's 3 guys anyway that I could use. This would be a good rifle base. If I can get that plastic thing out of there, I could put a guy in there. But the thing is, I don't need this. I need another MG42 base. So I don't really need these guys. I might need one. That's about it. So yeah, that's crazy. So I got to get my miniatures still because I don't have enough out here. I need another MG42. Oh no, I got one. He's right there. Already painted. So he goes on this new base. And then a guy carrying ammo. And then a rifleman. And then a officer. Which could be this guy. And if I could pull one of these off this base, I won't have to paint another one. So I just have to paint an MG42 guy, a guy lugging ammo, and that's it. Which I could do today, right? Should we do that? Oh, and I need a guy for this base too. That would be a rifleman from here. So I need 2 riflemen from this. So I'd have 1 extra guy. That's what I should do. So we'll pull 2 guys off, and we'll paint these 2 to completion today. Man, the doctor is in the house. Show. I think this guy's lugging ammo. Let me double check and make sure. I looked at these guys last night. You should be. won't have to go looking through my bag of spare minis. Yeah, he's got an ammo box on his chest and a ammo wrapped around his neck. Yeah, so paint two guys. I'm going to put these two somewhere. So anyway, that's my painting day. Life with cats. Hold on there, Paul. Let me get situated here. Get some coffee heating up. Looks like there's going to be some rain in a couple hours. Let me turn this down. There we go. Back to normal. Office work day. Broken up with laundry and housework for variety. We Are the Kids in America came on. Kids in America. Alas, you started talking. Yes, I did. Did I surprise you? I'm getting a headache already. Oh, this isn't even my blade. Let's go look for another one. Take out this one. I saw Matt Schreiber. I don't know if he's subscribed to Matt Schreiber. What's he called? Mini Max Matt or something? Mini Works Matt? You sub to him? I just saw his recent video there. So yeah, I finally got a chance to watch one of his videos. Oh man, he's got a total format change. Great stuff. Top tier videos, man. Top tier, Matt. I like that you're bringing in some new folks and bringing in your kids. Or your son. He looks just like you. And how old is he? 12? Awesome. That's so friggin' awesome. We need more of that, right, Paul? More family wargaming. That was good to see. I enjoyed that. The song got one part of it right, but you are no kid. I've heard of him. What's Mini Works? Mini Works? Mini Works with an X. Mini Works with an X. He'll be in here, I'm sure. It's a good channel. I mean, it's all mostly, what's it called? Mantic games, but still, you know, fantasy. And it's interesting, and I love a channel that like has the family involved, like his kids, and I don't know who else is involved there. He's got some other guy, a couple other guys helping him out with the videos. Kind of going pro there, format wise. It's really, really well done. And he's a good guy. I've known him for years, and he always wanted to build a nice channel like the big boys out there. And I think he took a step in the right direction with this new format. But he's a really good guy. Painter extraordinaire. He's been in the chats. I have to get my coffee. You got to start getting some more videos. Did you check out OBS yet? That would be, you'd use that for live streaming. You could use it for recording videos too if you wanted. You ever need help with it? If you want to learn about OBS, just tell me. I made videos in the past. It's really friggin' easy. But it looks daunting at first. It's like a new game that you get. Oh. By the way, the #1 chatter. You're the only one. Let's see what happens when competition arrives. Well, I should be making money at the moment, but it's okay. Get some paint and I'll make money later. Let me go get my coffee. I'll be right back, you guys. Just a minute. Oh. Well, let's see if we could pull some guys off of here without damaging them. That's going to be a tough one. This isn't super glue. So these are really on there. I don't want to stab myself either. I got plenty of plastic bases. I could just cut them right out. I might have to do that. It's not a big deal. You know what? I'm not going to jeopardize myself here. I'm just going to cut them out. If I could find my clipper. Oh, and I don't think I'm going to find my clipper. Yeah. Where do I put things? Seriously. Should be right here. Oh, man. I've got kind of a headache in the back here. That's why I'm kind of off at the moment. I may have heard of him, seeing his chat comments in various groups, but I'm struggling to find him on YouTube. Getting back in. I could post a video of his right now, his son's first game. He just posted this. Let me grab it. And I'll put it in here and you could see if you want to subscribe or not. He's been putting a lot of videos out. Where is it? Just commented on it. Control C. I see he's making use of AI. Here you go. Control V. That's his video I just watched. That's his channel. It's not him in the video. He's actually not in the video. That's some other guy, but it's his son. The young kid is his son. He's the guy in the video that pops in, you know, with miniatures and kind of joking around. You don't actually see him. That's Matt. That's what I mean. I don't know who these others are except his son. So he's got some folks helping him out. So that's kind of cool. Some gaming buds. I'm sure he'll fill me in on what's happening there. Pretty cool. Do 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 do. So sadly, I got to tear this base apart. And then I've got to cut the plastic off the bottom of the base. I've done this before. It is a hassle. It's plastic glue. And it won't necessarily come off right. So there's one. I'm going to get another guy here. Right? I need two of them. I think so. Even this I gotta be careful of. Oh, oof. Damn. Should get my other sharper clippers and use that instead, I think. That might be smarter than this. There. That's two. I'll leave this guy on there. Oh well. Cats. It's all the cats. So let's clean the bottoms of these bases off. We'll pop them in to these bases here. This guy needs to be put in there before I lose him. Wait a minute. Actually, we'll go this way. Rifleman that goes in here. Need a rifleman for over there. There. Anyway, folks, welcome to my chat. Been doing this for over 12 years. I call it my paint and chat. And I'm going to do some painting. I'm going to do some chatting. I'm going to talk with some fine folks in the community of wargaming painting, collecting miniatures, board games, and RPGs as well. Because I do it pretty much all. It's all one big happy hobby for me. Met a lot of great folks. I see quite a few of those pop in my chat. Like my really good friend from Athens, Greece, who's working over there in the hot sunny desert lands, and who just joins us now. Medieval Wargamer. Nikolaus, would you like to come in and chat with me today? Would you like to come in and chat with me today if you have time? What is today? Thursday. Nick was here last Thursday, I think. So maybe he will join us for some great conversation about Joan of Arc, the 100 Years' War, the earlier parts especially. Or maybe some Dark Ages. Or anything within the medieval period of history, right? Because that's his forte. A little bit of ancients too. And believe it or not, he actually has some experience, some knowledge of 40K and role-playing games. Yeah. He's been around town. He's been around the block. He knows what's going on. He's also my really good friend, who I've known for about as long as I've been streaming, or probably longer. He's one of the best, folks. One of the best. We'll give him half an hour and we'll see if he comes back. It's good to see you again, Nick, by the way. If you want to come in, you can. You don't have to. Don't feel pressured or anything. If you want to, if it's just better off to sit around today and listen and chime in, that's totally up to you. But you let me know either way, because that's what I'm all about, folks. And until then, let's do a little cleanup on these models. See what I can do. This is going to be tricky. No work tomorrow. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's right. It's Thursday. It's Thursday. No work for Nick. He's got a little free time. You can hear me struggling here. Careful, I'll cut my finger off. This is none too easy. Excuse me. I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to do this properly. I don't know what other option I have, though. Blade's pretty sharp, but cutting into this is pretty tough. It's all glue. Hopefully I don't hurt the figure. Yeah, I'm barely getting into that. Damn it. Well, you know what? Let's do some cutting here. I should get my other one. Let's do some cutting with the old pliers here. Try and reduce the size of this frickin' thing. Maybe I'll luck out and the bottom part will fall out. Or maybe I can use this to facilitate. Yeah, that might work a lot better. Oh yeah, perfect. Although the base is smaller, that's okay. Let's do it again. Boy, that's shooting across the room here. Kind of point this down. All because of my cuts. Okay. That part is done. Now let's put them in the old bases here. Let's see, this one, he goes in that base. This guy's going to go over here. Let's see, I want him here maybe. This guy in the back. That looks good to me. All right, we'll do that. So this base is ready for the MG team. And this base here should be finished when I get this guy glued in. He's just a rifleman shooting. Oh no, I don't want him there, I think. You know what? I'm going to put him on top of the base, not in one of those little holes. I don't want gun barrels sticking over the base edge. And see that. That's okay. You know, while we're at it, let's get one of those little round things that are for filling these holes. Might as well. I'll just pop it in there. There, so that's that team. Let him dry, he's all good. And that's an MG team, so we'll put him here. I need one more. So I wonder if I'm going to find a base in my bed or under the bed or somewhere in this room with 4 figures on it. Just sitting there, maybe partially broken, maybe. I wonder if I am going to find one. I bet I will. And so far I got 2 guys out of this whole painting project that don't have a base. 2 guys. So I'll use them for a future base. One's a submachine gun and one's a rifle. Both very useful. Now, next, we're going to clean up these 2 models. They're Battlefront. They are metals. Man, looking at them now these days, yeah, they aren't the best in the world. They're chunky, but they're not the crispest or cleanest models. They really got some cleanup to do on them. But I love them. And I love my little Battlefront minis. My metals. I think it's because they're a little bit chunky. I like the chunksters. Tend to paint up easier. So one of my future projects, it's a possibility, is going to be 100 Years' War. I've made that decision quite a while ago, and that's all because of Nick. I mean, he does such a great job. He's inspiring. I know I'm not the only one to get inspiration from him and pull the trigger on possible projects like this. Never been interested in the period. So I'm kind of sitting on it and letting it simmer, see how I feel as the months go by. And I've been doing that. And one of the good things about it, he's got a great channel full of resource material. Just full. Specifically for wargaming. And another thing is, as he's demonstrated, there are lots of new sets of rules coming out all the time for this era, or adjacent to the era. Conflict, I should say. And might be a worthy project in 28 mil. Of course, my favorite set of rules for ancient medieval period is Triumph. But that said, I don't know if I want to make this a little special case where I go outside the boundaries and maybe try a set of rules, or find a set of rules that's more specific for the period. And again, Nick's channel is great for that. Of course, I could probably base everything for Triumph, as I tend to do, because it's my default set of rules for this whole era, or L'Art de la Guerre, and just play whatever I want with those based figures. I'm sure it would be doable and not a problem. I'm not a stickler for basing, by the way. I'm a firm believer in... Walter, don't start. You're throwing me off. What in the world? I think I need this little pliers here. I'm not a stickler for bases. I am for certain games, but I have no problem using different basing system with different rules. That's never been an issue with me. But when I really like a set of rules, I kind of like to base accordingly. And that becomes my default. My good friend Ars from Poland, he's got a war game club, pretty big, dedicated individuals, particularly to historicals. And they have we'll call it a policy. They have a policy when it comes to basing. And this isn't unusual, but it's something we could all use. And it's that what you do is find a basing system that you enjoy and that you like, regardless of the period. What looks good to you? What basing system stands out for you? Like this is the way to go. And that becomes your standard for all games of that era, or what those figures are used in. So whenever you buy a set of rules, you just modify the rules or whatever to the basing. And that makes a lot of sense. And I do that. Like with Ancients and Medieval, I tend to default to my favorite basing, which is DBX style. World War II, it tends to be Flames of War. And all the games I play outside of that, well, I'm playing with Flames of War bases because I enjoy it. So, yeah. So, rebasing should never really be an issue because you're basing in a way that you enjoy. This is what I like. The only time that's a problem is that, oh boy, we're going to play tournaments with rival clubs or with other gamers from out of town or strangers at a convention. In that case, yeah, you got to kind of conform to the basing system of the rules so everybody's on the same page. That just makes sense, and that's really the only reason to conform to basing in a set of rules. It has more to do with that than realistic representations of frontage and depth of units, although it does play a part. It's not the main reason, because it's never accurate, especially depth. Of course, you guys know this. But yeah, there's one guy. Not bad. Now we'll get this guy. Boy, it's warm in here. 75 degrees and windy. Rain is on the way here in the northeast of the United States of America. Well, What's the weather like from where you guys are? A little bit warm, a little bit stormy. How about cold? Any snow flying? That would be odd. But yeah, could happen. What time is it? 3:39. It's early for me. Doop, 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 doop. Actually, it's perfect. Just haven't been doing them this early. Okay. That looks good. This guy's actually posed like a particular photograph from World War II. I think it was a photograph from a video of a stern-faced young German member of an SS division who was armed with a, well, he was lugging on his shoulder, MG42, Normandy era. I remember seeing him specifically. I think most of us have seen this particular video footage, I would think. But this model is actually based on him, and he looks just like that guy. Maybe I'll put him up to the camera, you could see him. He's based on that, I'm sure. That's why I picked him, which is very cool. Grim look on his face. Something there on his chin. I should probably. Yeah, there we go. That don't belong there, whatever it is. And get the bottom of the base. Just like that, we're good to go. Hopefully he'll fit inside that little thing. Let's hold him up here and show him off. Right there should be good. Let me see. Let's see. You recognize him? Can you recognize that pose? Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you recognize that from World War II footage? Normandy? I think he had a camo smock on, which this guy does. And he's just lugging this MG42. You had this stern look at the camera. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but I do. Okay, he's good. And I gotta put him on something so I could paint here. I can't put him in this. I could, but it'd be easier to paint them on strips. I have to go wash my hands, I think. Get all this metal out of here. So let me do that. Oh. Guess I gotta go feed him again. He's upset because he don't like the food I'm giving him. He says, give me the other stuff. I don't like this. Be right back, folks. Right there. Shit. I swear you're doing this to drive me crazy. God almighty, what a life. Alright, there we go. Let's fix this. How you doing, Clyde? Oh, he's driving me nuts today. He's mad at me because I gave him different flavored food. So I got out some more. Let's get a strip here so I can paint these. Don't start. Knock it off, man. I'm getting tired of this. You got food, water, biscuits, anything, everything. It's all right there for you. Spoiled. I need more water in my biscuits. Well, that's too much water. I want fresh biscuits now. I changed my mind. I want the soft stuff. And warm it up for me. Just a hint of water. That's too much water. This is what I deal with. That's what it feels like. to dry. Demanding and spoiled. They all are. Cooper. Not so much Chloe. She's laid back. She don't care. I mean, yeah, she's picky too, but she don't squawk and say, "Oh, I don't like this. Give me another different dish." She's not like that. She's good. She's younger. Walter, total spoilage. He's too fat. He's spoiled. Lazy. Cooper, he's getting the same way. All right, we got to let these two dry, Clyde. Those are medals. Battlefront medals. And by the way, I found the base that I thought was missing. There was at least one missing. I found it in my bed this morning under my arm. One figure is missing. He broke off the base. All I have is his feet. So he's probably still in the bed somewhere. But the other three models, not bad. Great condition. I took them off their base and put them on these newer bases. So yeah, I was missing the frickin' base, and probably another one, which I'll find sometime in the future. I was laying in bed and something was poking me in the arms. What is this now? What's in my bed? Sure enough, there's a base right next to my elbow. I don't know how it got way up there. It was that day that I was doing this chat, and I had my box here full of miniatures, and Walter went to get in the box, and I guess I don't even know how. One of them flew out of the box, or got out of the box. I have no clue, but that's when it happened. When you can't stop hobbying. Do. Oh, that's good. I just finished this one. I got the guys on there. This guy was on the missing base. I put him on there. So I need one more base just like this. And there's just two figures missing. An MG42 team. And that's the two guys. These are medals. I went into my supply of old minis that I still have. And sure enough, there they are. One guy's lugging ammo. The other guy's lugging an MG42. Ugh. So we're going to paint these guys today completely and put them on this base, and that'll be it. Got our two full platoons of Panzer Grenadiers, 2 Pak 40s fully crewed out with 5 guys each, platoon command, company command. So this will be a full legit army, really. With my how many do I have? 3. I think 3 Panzer 4s. And I could add a platoon or a battery of Flak 88s if I want. I'm kind of leaning that direction. I'm going to have Jake paint them. Yeah, that'll be a decent little force. What are you looking at? I need water in my dish, human. Watch out. Dumped it on his head. Getting a little rain here today. It's hitting right now, actually. It says heavy rain. Hope not. $73, heavy rain. I don't see heavy rain. For the moment, it says heavy rain. Not rain for the rest of the evening, it looks. We've been under continual severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings. Really? Wow. Yeah, where you're at, that is a concern. Them tornadoes. You ever been in a tornado, Clyde? You need to head up where the mountains are. Actually, I could hear the rain now. It is coming down pretty hard. Which means I gotta go monitor the other room. Leaks. Had one come close, but it missed us. Boy, they're nasty. They could be so freaking nasty. I've never been in one, but I've seen enough of them. I know what they can do. We got some pretty gusty wind here today, too. Wouldn't be surprised we get some limbs falling down. Still gotta fix that damn roof. I was up there last week. I'm gonna get that taken care of within the next few weeks, I hope. But until then, I've gotta deal with leaks in that one spot. Still. I could hear it in the other room. Tick, 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 tick. Let me go check and see. What ruins my rug? I'm all soaked. Yeah, so folks, I'm waiting for these guys to dry. I'm gonna have to find something else to do here. Let's investigate the pairs here. I've got two teams of 30 cals. I want to verify how they're based. Oh, there's 3 parts to this. So here's 2 teams. I believe they're put on a medium base. One of these. I don't think they're independent. Small base teams. They're only 30 cals. They're mixed in with the squad. Let's see. It's the other page, I think. The other side covers the Americana. Good instructions on this set. Parachute rifle platoon. So we're getting a mortar team. We're getting a single bazooka team. So yeah, the 30 cals are mixed in with the squads. They're not separate. And there's six of those teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got a bar, 230 cals, a lot of rifles, and 1 Garand, and M1919. So, here's how to put him together. Four guys on each base. And they get a platoon leader up here. So I'm not concerned about basing at the moment, except the 230 cal teams. So I'm going to put these together and I'm going to mount them on these bases. And that's how I'll paint them. One on each base. So we'll do that next. I do have a mortar, but that's nothing to put together. I do actually have it primed and sitting here, so that's all good to go. All right. Today's Friday already. Oh no, it's Thursday, isn't it? Yeah. It's Thursday. I think Jake will be up tomorrow. Tomorrow or Saturday. I don't think I'll have these done. Trash night. It's trash day for us. But they they didn't come because of the holiday. So they're going to come tomorrow instead. Of course, I forgot about that. So my 2 cans are sitting out there and they're going to remain out there. My neighbor put out a ton of stuff. Evidently he forgot too. Looks like he's got an old cabinet sitting out there. He's the guy that tests the patience of these garbage men. I've seen him put out some questionable stuff out there. They take it. As long as it's not electrical stuff and it's not just thrown all over the place, they'll take it. kind of hesitant about what I put out there because, you know, it's like, are they going to take that? Are they going to take that old bed? Next spring, I'm going to do a lot of cleaning. I'm going to get a dumpster. I should do that every year. I'm just going to fill that baby up. Might have to do that a couple times next year. It's stuff from both houses that's got to get out of here. So, yeah. These guys are a pain to clean up. Freaking plastic. What's your favorite RPG and why? I want to know. I want to know. Especially RPGs. The RPG market is so what's the word? Saturated with games. It's ridiculous. It's disgusting, in my opinion. See ya, Paul. I know what Paul's is. Plays it because he has no reason to change. Miniature wargaming is pretty saturated too. Not as bad as RPGs, I don't think. Not a big fan of all this variety, to be honest. I really don't care for it all. It's just a lot of things to waste money on. 90% of them all do the same frickin' thing. Nothing new. Very seldom does something new and novel come out. I've seen a few though. Miniatures wargaming, same thing. I mean, there's only so many things you can come up with for a game. So many different mechanics. Till it just gets absurd and silly. Like, what are we doing here? Playing Yahtzee? Feels like a game of Uno. And what are we doing? I personally think that with AI, I think you're going to see more people literally making up their own games, their own rules. Let's see, I've got these figures for the Boer War. I want to play some Boer War. Just go to your AI assistant, say, hey, make me a set of rules for the Boer War, 28 mil, six-sided dice only. It's got to use a CRT table. It's got to be simple with enough depth for melee and shooting combat to be exciting. Include starter army lists for the year, whatever, and hit enter. That AI, that'll pump it out for you, and you can sit there and read it and revise it and tell it to revise it. Oh, make this simpler, make this easier, or let's change the mechanic a little bit like this. You'd be shocked what frickin' AI can do, man. I've done that just to see what it can do. Of course, it's not perfect at the moment, but I could see it one day. We'll be turning to our little AI assistant to do these things for us. You wouldn't even have to buy a set of rules anymore. I think people are going to be publishing their own rules done that way. So it's a strange setup. Yeah. I'm gonna put some music on my end. I'm sitting here and it's deathly quiet. Whew, boy, it's warm. Let me get my Spotify going here. You guys listen to some tavern music. Slow chat today. Ever since I started doing these earlier, nobody's around. Nobody's around. Yep, snooze you lose. There we go. Perfect. Okay, I got one more piece here. Okay, that was easy. Alright, now we'll put them together and put them on the bases. I'm going to use some plastic glue. Let me see, how do these go together? It's 3 parts. This goes on here. Okay, so what we'll do... Let me see where I'm going to put them on the base. Right there's good. I think. Maybe not. Man, this guy's gonna have to go way back on the base. Let's see, this goes over here. like that, I think. That. Oh, these guys aren't going to go on there like that. Let me see, is there a different base? Let me try this one. This might be a good base for them. I'll have to put a peg in that. Just don't want things sticking out off the edge of the base. It's going to go like that. And it's cutting it pretty close, but I'm going to have to put him on this space just like that. So, I'm going to need one of these little jobs and fill one of the holes. Got an extra hole here we don't need. That sounds funny. Put that in there. I'm going to glue these guys in the back. Right here. Then put the second part. Let's see. Okay, I gotta put some glue here. Some glue here. Some glue here and here. And I think here. Set that down. Try and position it where it needs to be. Let's see, come on. Right there. That's a little tricky. Got to be a little higher, I think, isn't it? That's where it should be. Except this. Okay, that looks okay. Let's leave it go. Let it dry. We'll do the same thing with another one. Let me see. Can I use... Can I use this one? Maybe. Gonna need another little circular thingy. Plug. I hate these plastic bases. They're hard to pick up. Hope that doesn't stick off the base. Alright, let's put this on. Same thing again. Glue all the necessary spots. Like a scientist or a surgeon or something here. Oh yeah, that machine gun barrel's gonna stick off the edge. God damn it. Whatever. Frustration is setting in. This needs to come up. I don't want to come up. I don't know why. Is it because it's not far enough forward? Probably. Yeah, he's a little too far forward on the base. That barrel could easily snap off. Oh well. Oh well. Too late now. Wants to go right there, but his arm wants to go further up. So we're going to have to put it right there. Not sure why it's doing that. Little fiddly. This is a little fiddly. It's only a couple guys. Ah, damn it, his arm is sticking to his lower chest. Needs to go up a little bit. Right there. A little fiddly. No, I don't want it to go there. Looks pretty good once you get it all together. I gotta do that again. This guy's barrel is definitely going to be hanging off. While we're waiting here, let me put a little extra glue on these guys so they don't pop off when I'm painting them, which they might. Just a little bit around the edge. Create a little pocket for them. Why is that so blurry? Okay, we'll let them set. There's our 30 cals. So these actually count as rifle teams. U.S. Para Rifle Team. I don't know what their firepower or stats are. I'd have to go get the card. So regardless that there's a 30 cal or a BAR mixed in with the Garons, they all have the same firepower rating. Not firepower rating, but same stats. I don't think the 30 cal is a separate weapon system in here. I don't think so. You'd think it would, but it factors all the factors of firepower together. So the paratroopers have a pretty good firepower because of that. I believe that's how it works. I could look at the card. I'll grab the card later and see. Bazookas are separate. Mortars are separate. Or they might actually have not the Garand, but the... What are they armed with? Looks like a Garand. Yeah, M1 Garand rifle. Alright, we're going to let them dry and let the two Germans dry. I might as well go get the card. Still haven't bought Kill Team yet. Pretty excited to buy it. want to get into some Kill Team. Don't you play 40k? What are you going to do with Kill Team? I think it's going to be a little easier for us to put together forces, variety of forces, and play a skirmish game, because they're always fun. Jake likes that. Let me go get the cards. Oh, I got a whole slew of cards here. Parachute Rifle Platoon. That has to be them. So, weapon stats. M19, M1919, and M1 Garand. Yeah, it's all combined. The 60mm mortar is a separate stat. The bazooka is a separate stat. Optional, the M1919 LMG. Wonder what that is. They got it as a separate thing here. Let's read. Normally it's combined with the Garands. Okay, 14 points. Let's see, then they got an option for an 11 point. Options. Add one M1 bazooka team for 1 point. That would be an extra bazooka. So I would have 2. I think I only have 1. I don't know, maybe I do have 2. Or add up to 2 M1919 LMGs for 1 point per team. Okay, what is that saying? Could these be separate teams? I probably would have preferred that, but it doesn't say that's an option for basing here, so they probably don't do this. To make your U.S. parachute rifle platoon, simply cut miniatures off the frame, use the above diagram to arrange them on the bases. You can also arrange the bases however you like by swapping miniatures with the same codes between bases. Blah, 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 blah. So they're telling you to mix it in with the rifleman, which by default is what you're supposed to do. But is there an option to have them as separate? I don't... It says there is, and it's got its own stats. But how are you supposed to base those? I don't know. These are British. I don't know how I got all these British. There's the Shermans. And we got a Panzer IV and 4 Shermans again. Crusaders, Panzer IV. Again, we're looking at British and Italians now. I'm going to put them in here. I guess I should read the rules. Oh, decals. What do we got here? Germans. Parachute rifle, glider rifle, parachute assault company, rifle company. I don't know what these guys are. This is the company organization. There's the German one. here's DAC stuff, which I don't need. This Desert War stuff. More Brits, don't need them. I got a whole army of Brits too. I'll probably paint them up for Normandy one of these days. Africa Corps, I don't need that. Alright, there we go. I want these. Germans. More Italians. More German. Oh, there's the Flak 88. I'd probably have to use this just to use it in my Normandy stuff. This is for Desert War. Wonder if there's any difference. I mean, in weapon stats. Training and morale might be different for sure, but I don't know. So this is all the ones I have so far for Normandy. I gotta buy cards, I guess, to complete the collection. But let me get this off my head. So we got a parachute rifle platoon. German, 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 American. I don't know what these are. They're just movement orders. German, Americana, Americana, German, Americana, Americana, Americana. So these are the cards I have for the Americans. M4 Sherman. It's all 75 mil. M4 Sherman HQ. It's all 75. M4 Sherman 76 mil. M4 Sherman Veteran Tank Company HQ. M4 Sherman 75s. Organizational thing. And one card for the infantry. So I got one freaking parachute rifle platoon. So I'd have to go to another source to figure out how you'd base those. I'm fairly certain what you do is there's an option for the U.S. rifle platoon to have additional, and I did say additional, 30 cal machine guns. And they would be based on small bases, 2 figures each, or 3. And you have the option of buying them and adding them to your already existing platoon, which also includes 30 cals mixed in with the infantry. And you would do that to up your firepower, because now you've got some dedicated bases that are MG bases. They're 30 cals. You can use their stat line and you can put them wherever you want within the platoon as it moves. So you got a little bit more options when it comes to distributing firepower. You get a lot more firepower, as would be expected. But as it stands, these freaking 30 cals that are mixed in with the infantry, they always come with them. And their firepower is just added to the Garens, the rifles. So every base is going to have that consolidated firepower. It's not as good as a dedicated 30 cal, which you can buy separately. But it gives the paratroopers a lot of firepower. More than just a rifle squad. Plus there's bars in there too. So that's that. That's how that works. Hi, Go For It Painting. Go For It Painting has arrived. I'm waiting for some things to dry. Oh, I got more cards over here. Or is this the Americans I was just looking at? I think it is. I'm a numbhead. I'm a numbhead. Do-do-do-do-do. Once you let down your guard, all them Tommies get in. Yeah, I don't know where they came from. I don't have any starter sets with British. Just the Tobruk one. But that didn't come with any infantry. This thing comes with paratroops. Mainly paratroop infantry. I don't have any of them. So I got a whole ton of British in here. It's nice, actually. But anyway, these are the ones I'm using. So if you're curious how these work in the game, not how they work, but their importance, these cards, you can buy these in separate decks. Like there'll be a German late war deck, and it's all the unit cards, and you'll have duplicates, so you can have more than one, and every unit can have their own card if you wanted to. But all the weapon options available for, say, late war Normandy is a separate deck. And the same goes for the British and the Americans. They all have separate decks that you have to buy. You don't have to, but they're an option to buy these card decks for all the different armies, instead of referring to a book. Also, they sell what's called a command deck, which you also would want to buy. It's not units. I'm not really sure what it is. I think they're army lists for building the various formations, like Fallschirmjäger and Panzergrenadier, Gepanzerte companies, Grenadier companies, and so on. They'd all have their own cards that you'd use to build your armies with unit cards. You'd like take one or something and then build accordingly. So you need command cards too. And that's it. Optionally, or along with, they also sell books. Just like the old days, where you buy a book and it includes all the armies involved in, let's say again, the Normandy campaign. It's got all the Germans in there and their allies. So you can use the information in those books instead of the cards, or alongside the cards if you want to, you know. So it depends on what your taste is. The books actually have a lot more painting information in them and a little bit of extra information in them. But it also has all the force charts and all the unit information. So you don't even need the cards if you've got the book. Me, I'll buy the book and I'll buy all the cards. I think we would all do that if we were into the game. So that's what the cards are. That's how you get them, and that's their purpose and their function. The starter sets include cards for all the units in the box. There you go. There's a little bit about Flames of War. These guys are still drying. These guys are still drying. I'll prime these. And that's everything. Everything's put together and primed. I could start spackling the bases. I gotta put the fan on. Get a little air movement in here. So how is everybody? How you doing for it? How you doing, Mr. Go For It? How is everything? Got Clyde in here with me. Not a big crowd at the moment. I've been streaming for an hour and 49 minutes. So I've been on for a bit. So my goal is to get these two bases primed and get these two completely painted and put on their bases. That's my goal for the day. If I can get that done, I'll be happy. I got like an hour and 5 minutes, hour and 10 minutes. Can I do it? Sadly, I gotta sit here and wait. Go over Discord and see what's going on there. Great Book of Random Tables, Sci-Fi. That's over on Foundry now. D&D 5e. What could I talk about? Oh, we sit here and wait. Sisters of Battle. I might get one of my lady friends to do. She's a cosplayer. I might convince her to actually do a Sister of Battle, and she would be perfect. I forget her name on Instagram. You can go look her up. She would be perfect. She's like a bodybuilder. Pretty good looking too. But she does cosplay like that. Like, I'm trying to think of some examples. She recently did she was at some convention with a bunch of other lady friends, and all of them are buff. And their cosplay was the 300, the Spartans. And wow, just looking the part. It's just crazy. I think she was the best one, to be honest. But they're all buff. I mean, man. So they did that just recently. But she does other things like that. And I keep telling her, I just told her last night, said, you got to do Sisters of Battle. A Sister Repentia, specifically. So if she does, and I think she will, I'm going to show you guys. Pretty impressive. So strap in. Dented helmet is there. Dented helmet. You have to stay fit when you cosplay. Got to fit the part. Oh, her name on Instagram is Mom Who Lifts. Because she's got kids. But you would never know it, man. She's something special. But anyway, if she does, I'll show you guys. Because you know I'm a big fan of Sisters of Battle. Should be a good one. Oh, man. Anyway, trying to kill some time here. What else could I talk about, Clyde? Da, 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 da. Yeah, I'm a fan of cosplay. Who wouldn't be? Especially the ladies. I think it's great. They're so freaking creative, man. It's crazy. Making armor and stuff out of foam or 3D printing stuff. They do that too. It's pretty creative. It's its own little thing, you know. A bunch of women crafting it is all it is. That's nothing new. I play Sisters and Kill Team. Do you, Dennett? I'm going to get Sisters. I'm going to pick up the original one. What are they called? The Sanctifiers? I'm going to grab one of those before they're gone. And they got a new one coming out early next year. I can't remember the name of them, but they're in a 2-team box. So they'll eventually be in a single team box. But there's a new Sisters of Battle team coming out. And I want them all. I want all the Sisters. Do you like Kill Team? Deaded Helmet, what's your thoughts on it? It seems really simple to me. I've been watching videos of how to play and stuff. It's really pretty simple. People have said it's too complex for a skirmish game. What? That's not complex. It seems a little fiddly with the dice comparison thing. There's a few things you got to remember. But that's no big deal. That's all in all, that seems pretty freaking easy, man. Line of sight rules seem pretty good. It seems like a game that is actually a good set of rules. And as new editions come out, instead of like 40K where they change things radically, they're sticking with a system that works. It's like GW knows how to make games. They know how to maintain a game and make it better. They do. They know how to do it. Why can't they do that in 40K? Because they don't want to. They intentionally break the frickin' thing. But anyway. Yeah, the new edition is really fun. Yeah. By turn 3, it gets bloody fast. It seems like a very bloody game. Get a couple hits, even one hit, depending on the weapon. Seems like get 2 or 3 hits on something, they're dead. There goes your mega powerful character. Well, they're all characters, aren't they? Gotta watch out. There's the piercing rule. Take away a die or something. Then there's the cover rule where you keep one of your defense rolls. You just automatically count it as a success, and not a crit, but as a success, and you keep it. I know that. That's not complex. Otherwise, you're rolling off, like in shooting, the defense roll versus the shooting roll. You got your own target numbers that you're after, and then whatever's successful, you compare them. Crits take 2 normal defenses to eliminate. Here's a question for you. If I get a crit on a defense roll, and the shooter doesn't have any crits, what can I use that crit defense roll for? Can I get rid of 2 normal hits? Or is it just by default 1 for 1? In other words, what can I do with a crit, a single crit on a defense roll in shooting? I kind of like it. I can't wait. Let me read. What gets complex is when to use your various strata. Yeah, I could see that, but it's not overwhelming. There's not a lot of stuff. Not a lot of stuff. You must be an old hat at it by now. You can actually get to know your team pretty quickly. And even the rival teams as well kind of have an idea and gauge what they're going to be able to do against you. I think it's a lot more attainable than with, say, 40K. Especially since there really isn't a lot of list building. I mean, there is to some extent, as you know. But, yeah, I like that aspect to it. It's a very convenient game that's very thematic with heroic moments. There you go. Who could say no to that? Shooting and melee is different after dice are rolled. Yeah, I get that. But what can you use with the defense roll that rolls a 6? It's a crit, right? A crit roll on your defense. What could I do with that? Specifically, I'm curious if I can take out 2 normal hits with 1 crit roll. I don't know where I'm getting that from, but yeah. I mean, I know it takes away another crit on the attack. It blocks it. But if the shooter doesn't have any crits, what can I use my defense roll that is a crit for? Could I take out 2 normal hits? Or is it just 1 for 1, like any other success? So the crit wouldn't be special. That's my question. I know it sounds jargled and bargled, but melee, you can choose to block a normal or crit, or decide to do crit damage. Oh, okay. Yeah, because you're both fighting at the same time. So you could choose to block or apply it, with the charger attacking and doing his stuff first, if I recall. A 6. Okay, go on. I haven't read any rules yet, by the way. The simple version, which comes in the starter sets, is free, by the way. There's a little app you can download on the Wargaming Community website. So the rules are free, the simple version. I got it on my phone, actually. I'll show you in a minute. For anyone curious. I hope Dennet Helmet is typing. I have questions. Shooting a crit can block crit or a normal. A crit can block a crit or a normal. So it's 1 for 1. The reason I'm thinking, oh, can the crit be used to block 2 normal, is because I know in melee anyway, you can use, probably shooting too, you can use 2 normals to block a crit. Crits can only be blocked by either crits by other crits and shooting. Oh, when is there an option to use 2 normals to block 1 crit? Or is that a special rule for certain characters or something? Because I see people doing that. Maybe that's a special war gear, maybe? I do see people doing that. I think Dennet Helmet is looking up in his rule book. We gotta figure this out. Fritz might be onto something. .30 cal sound effects. Alright, I think I can start priming here. I'll be painting this weekend when Jake is here, by the way. Since we're not going to be playing a game, I don't think, we're going to be on here painting. At least one session. So I got to save some stuff to paint. That's right. Ah, metal miniatures. It's been a while. Wow. I haven't painted a metal miniature since my commission days. Feels good. Can't wear my earphones at the moment. I'm starting to get a headache, so I'm going to leave them off. I'll try and paint without my optivisor too. At least for now. Okay, there's the two Germans. That's coat one. I usually put 2 light coats of primer on these models. The only thing about Kill Team is currently there's a heavy focus on competitive play as opposed to solo and co-op, but it feels very, very competitive the way battles are set up, even the default one in the book. It seems like that would get tiring real quick. You got to get the approved deck for missions and stuff, and then it gets a little better, but heavily focused on this very competitive mindset. When we all know they have rules for campaigns and narrative play, but they just haven't put them out in this edition. That's what I'm looking for. Maybe give a little bit more room for some list building. That's the only thing. But it's okay. I'd have a lot of fun with it anyway, but I think it would have more longevity for me anyway. Could play some campaigns. Not a fan of competitive play in any game. I play to have fun. There you go. There you go. I think we all do. Competitive play can be fun. I shouldn't say that. I should say tournaments can be fun. It's all about being around the right people. It really is. Getting together to have fun, and the tournament is just a reason for it. But then there's tournaments, we're going to play for trophies and prestige and money. Yeah, that's a little bit rough. I don't think I would do that. Unless, again, the focus was fun and it was just no big deal and that kind of thing. Again, playing with your friends is a good thing. But I much prefer narratives and storytelling, campaigns, where things get a little bit, or quite a bit, uneven and stuff. That's fine. That's great, man. And it really is about having fun at the end of the day. I've played that way many times. Problem, though, is sometimes there's players that, even in that type of setting, they're very competitive, and that could be frustrating. Even though it's not a tournament, we're still, they're playing like it's the end of the world is about to be prevented. So again, it's about who you play with. So I tend to avoid folks like that, even if they're family members or good friends. I tend to avoid it. Oh, the stories I could tell. My opinion, competitive play is destroying 40K. The whole meta thing and balance. Yeah, that's true with a lot of games. Everything's based on balance anymore. Did you ever notice that? Even in role-playing games, it's all about balance, 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 balance. What the hell's going on here? Let's let these dry. I think if GW continues to focus primarily on competitive tournament play, yeah, it's killing 40K. That's why the rules are changing all the time. It's because of that. You know what I'm talking about. Tournament play keeps the game alive, and it keeps money coming in. Rick Priestley. You know who Rick Priestley is, right? He was telling a story when he was first coming out with Black Powder. Remember Black Powder when it first came out? Oh my gosh, Horse and Musket by Rick Priestley, the GW guy, the Warhammer guy. Wow, he's a historical gamer. And one of the big debates, and this is something he talked about, was whether or not to include a point system in the rule book. He didn't need it. When he played, they didn't really need points for their games. They played scenarios or campaigns. They didn't need it. But there was an argument for it, because if you want to make money, if you want your book to be competitive, you have to include a point system with army lists. Something for people to build armies with. Not just for tournament play or competitive play, but to help new people, build their armies, for instance. They need the framework besides orders of battle and stuff, because not everybody does that or wants to do that. So he put a point system in the game, a very basic one. And if you're smart and you're going to publish your own rules, you really should put a point system. Or at least, like Two Fat Lardies, what they did, they created an alternative to a point system, but they still I don't remember what they did with that. I remember when they were having that big debate. Richard there. And I was putting my 2 cents in about army lists and points and saying, yeah, include it. You got to include it. And he didn't want to, but he had to put this force organization system, which is brilliant and works better than a point system, in my opinion. At least the traditional point system. This is in reference to chain of command, by the way. So it's a big deal. Go off on a tangent here. Not new player friendly. I have a hard time playing my own army optimally, let alone 8 to 10 others. I would not be able to tell if my opponent is screwing over me or not. Yeah, really? That's not good. That's why you gotta try and find some friends and play with them, family or something, I'm telling you. Playing with strangers and stuff, man. Not my cup of tea. It's interesting the rise in solo games we're seeing, even after the whole COVID thing. Solo gaming is a big deal now. Even Kill Team has solo rules in it. And co-op. But there's a lot of solo RPGs now. New RPGs with solo rules. Modifius, they've got a ton of different games coming out and that are already out that are solo. They're strictly focused on solo or solo play. Like Country Road, which is a zombie game, and 5 Parsecs from Home, and 5 Leagues from the Borderlands, and that other modern game. Tales of Agrosa. Got a whole chapter on solo gaming. Dragonbane got a whole chapter on solo gaming. All of Free League's games include rules for solo gaming now. Which I think is great. I love solo gaming. And I recommend it for everybody. It's a whole new experience. But I don't know how. I don't know if Nick is still there. That's okay. That's okay. We gotta let these dry. A lot of board war games are solo now. Yeah, that's true. The thing with board games, though, usually they're pretty easy to play solo. It's not many games you come across that you can't play solo. And that's great because you don't have to get out of it. Board games essentially are put it down on the table. You don't have to get out of your chair. You can just sit there and play. So they're already convenient for solo play. It's not like playing a miniatures war game on a 6x4 table where you got to go to the other side of the table to get to the opposition. But it's interesting. I wonder why that is. The rise of solo gaming. And skirmish games, too. There is a huge growth in the solo gaming, solo miniatures wargaming, well, the skirmish wargaming market. Look at all the games popping up. that are like, oh, your war band, that's all you need, just a war band. Small little footprint, 2 or 3 foot square or something. It's crazy. Everybody's doing this now. Heck is that, a hair? My brush falling apart? Wouldn't be a surprise. I think one of the reasons, there's all kinds of reasons for it, the rise of solo game, or not solo gaming, skirmish gaming. But one of the reasons I think the market is so saturated with games that skirmish games are a convenient way to play a new period or a new genre. Because how easy are we just distracted by something that maybe we're not really that into, but it looks so good you just want to get it and see, you know? Skirmish gaming makes that more of a thing. You don't have to invest a lot of time and money and effort in collecting a couple armies and playing. It's a skirmish game, you know? So that's another reason. I got enough Normans, Vikings, and Saxons to have a nifty warband for each. Love the Lion Rampant rules. Yeah, you do. You can use smaller armies and different troop types. There you go. I was never a fan of skirmish games. Nah. The only skirmish games I ever played were Necromunda and that kind of thing. I wanted to collect big armies and multiple armies and fight big battles and big tables. Like Nick, you know, I want big armies, mass. But there's so many different periods of history I'm interested in and genres. It's like I can't do them all, so I have to be focused. Well, yeah, but still, with all these skirmish game options now I could do something crazy. Now I could do something. Like, let's get a Port Royal and do some pirates with a game system that's very reminiscent of Mordheim. Are you kidding me? Now that's an example of a game I would never do. I'd play in, but I wouldn't collect and get ships and figures for and just do. But this game makes it so appealing and so easy to get into. Yeah, I want to do this. And thankfully it's a skirmish game, so it's easy to do. Same thing with Baron's War. Baron's War. Who would think, oh, medieval battles during the 13th century and 12th century. I would think that would be a popular skirmish game, because you're talking about big battles. There's a big conflict. You can have skirmish battles, and they got it set up where it's awesome looking, you know, convenient. You just buy these box sets of plastics and stuff, and it's all done for you. So easy to do now. And it's a frickin' skirmish game. And that's only one example for that period. There's quite a few others. Like, Here Be the Ruckus, or whatever it's called. That's one. It's another one, I should say. $60 minis gets you an army. If you are on a budget, get 15 mil. It's budget friendly. Very true. Backed up by Dennett Helmet. Got a little backup there. Is it hard for you guys being in this hobby and having so many interests? I mean, do you feel the pain of prioritizing things in the hobby? And telling yourself, one day I might do the Victorian colonial period in Zululand or the Northwest frontier. Or maybe one day I'll do the American Civil War. Collect two mighty armies, the blue and the gray. Is it frustrating? Do you have a lot of different interests? If you could, you would do, but you just can't. I suppose that would be a good motivator to do solo gaming or skirmish gaming. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I love history, and I'm a history nerd, and if I could, I'd want to do all these periods, man. Because gaming is so fun, and painting miniatures for them is so fun, and researching the uniforms and stuff like it's so fun, and all these different games that look fun or are fun to play out these battles and let our imaginations go wild. I mean, it's tough. It's frustrating for me. I can't do all that. Even if I was rich, I couldn't do it all. I wouldn't enjoy it as much, but still. It is frustrating having to restrict yourself to World War II or something, you know. If you want to do some sci-fi or fantasy, that's a thing that cuts into your resources. It just seems like there's too much. What's going on here, man? I think I did this one. Nick's convo helped me focus. One period. Yeah, but you have to. You have to focus. There's no way around it, really. You need to prioritize. That's what you need to do. I mean, I have a lot of interests. I have to prioritize. I have no choice. There's just too much that I can do. And it's even more frustrating nowadays with all the different games out there. I think every period's covered by someone somewhere with some nifty set of rules and line of miniatures. 3D printing, there you go. It's like, phew. Just don't have time for it. There, I think they're all set. Not to mention board games and role-playing games. deep sigh. I see my friend Matt doing these videos, just bat reps on Champions, Kings of War. And that looks great fun. And that's a skirmish game to introduce you to Kings of War. That looks like good fun. I could do something like that. He's having a great time. He's got his 12-year-old playing. I think he's 12. There's always something coming across. But I gotta say, no, not now. Maybe in the future. Alright, these MGs are ready for painting. We'll get into these next week. So we're going to do U.S. pairs starting next week. Hopefully. I still got to base all these other ones, but I think I'll try to get the painting started at least. At least get it started. God damn it, I can't pick these bases up. So yeah, pairs next week. This is awesome, man. I can't wait to do some bat reps. Do. So, what do we got so far? 2.5 hours. Can I finish these two guys? I'm going to finish these two guys before this session is over. So I'll be on here maybe another hour. Maybe longer. See how long it takes me to paint two of them. Divide by 2. And that's what I'm looking at. Let's get all our paints ready. What I like to do is gather my paints, put them in one side, and whatever paint I grab, that's what we paint. Paint everything that color, and then we put the paint away. And I grab a second color of paint, and then we paint everything that has to be that color, and then we put that away. Grab another one and just keep going that way. Luftwaffe. That's for the camo. I don't know if I need that. I think I do. There's a smock on this guy. Smockage. Boots. Camo dark green. The helmets. Flesh. Little stone we don't need. Brass. Little stone. Thought I just put that away. Yellow ochre. I don't need these. Alright, so that's all the paints we need right there. That's all of them. 9 paints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 paints. So 8 colors go on these guys, not including black. So we're going to work our way through each of these paint tubs. Get them done. So here's your chance. Grab yourself a miniature or two, you guys. join me for this little process. Get yourself ready. I'm going to keep you going. We're going to get this done. Any progress is progress. Even if it's just one model. You got this. I miss my metals. They're so heavy. It is 5:30 Eastern Time. Do, 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 do. Stream seems to be top tier today, once again. Again, that restream, man, that was giving me trouble. I might not use it again. Screw that. Let's see, what could I talk about now? I'm running out of things here, you guys. Let's talk about some game here. Throw some topics at me, please. Give me something to go with. It's going to be a quiet session. I love my Pack 40s. Here's the 3mm thick base by comparison. I could put them on these bases. That's what I prefer. A nice something to grab onto, you know, and looks like a base. But the problem with this, if I mount them on this, it's a little too high for me. Because my tanks don't have bases. So these guys are all a little bit too high. It won't look right to me. But you can get these much thinner. Really thin. And I have some of those too. They'd be perfect, actually. Really thin ones with spackling on top. Now you got a base that's very comparable to this. And the guys aren't sitting on the top. They're actually down into it because it's all spackle. So they're not so tall. But that made me realize, well, you know what you could do? Get rid of that bevel just with the spackling. Just bring the spackle right out to the edge, you know, and level it off, clean it off so there's no more bevel. Because I hate this. Like right now, if I put that guy on there, I can't pick up this base. I guess I could. But that's because I'm grabbing the figures. And I don't want to be grabbing figures when I'm moving my stuff around. Because it's really hard to pick these up. Worse, because it's plastic. So I don't like these at all. So I'm gonna use the spackle to build up the get rid of the beveling. That's not so hard to do. All right, here we go, folks. We're going to get into this. We're going to start off, well, I want to start off with this. German Field Gray. Let's give it a little shooka. Write down the time. 5:35 we'll put. 5:35 was the start time. I'm not going to race. I'm just going to go at our normal pace here and see what I'm kind of averaging. That's a little too much paint. I'm not going to thin it. I'm just going to put it on. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. So I was looking through my Ziplocs of unpainted Flames of War models, and they're all metals. I got some 3D prints in there. I got some plastics. But I still have quite a bit. Most of that I sold, sadly, but yeah, I still got them. I got quite a bit. I haven't looked in a while, so I was quite surprised at what I had still. That's where I dug out these guys. Glad I got them. I honestly never thought I would be painting them again. Going back to 15 mil. Or just going back to World War II. Truth be told, though, I really am fascinated by World War II, though. I really enjoy the history. It's not just gaming stuff. And plus, I have so much good memories playing all these games, especially Flames of War. It was good fun. I loved it. It's almost nostalgic for me at this stage to play Flames of War. Whoops, that was his ammo. I just painted green. This guy really doesn't have a smock. Okay. It's good in a way. Could just use this paint. Save me some time. I don't have to paint camo. That'll remove 3 paints from my collection there. Nick's combo helped. I read that. He was supposed to come on today. He was on here earlier, but then he had to go. In the chat, anyway. He's got all kinds of equipment on him here. I don't know what it is. Pouches and bags. All right. This guy's got ammo running around his neck, so we don't want to paint that. Okay. All right, that's the green. All right, let's see. That means this is done. Plus, I don't need... Actually, I think one of these guys has a camo covering on his helmet. He does. So we do need our camo colors. All right. Next, we're going to grab German camo dark green. This is the helmets and this is the gas mask canister. Got to save some paint. Put a little too much of this field gray on there. Old school. All right. Next. Okay, this one guy, he's got netting and stuff on his helmet. So we got to be a little careful here. It's not all going to be this color. And the other guy, he's got a helmet covering. So we don't want to use this color on his helmet. So I definitely took too much paint. I also found my templates for my Normandy buildings, my village I'm going to build. I could show you guys those. Want to see my little templates I made? Little card and paper templates. Gas canister, where is it? I don't see one here, but that looks like it might be a good candidate. Okay, that's done. So one thing I like to do, because you'll notice I'm using a lot of black. I'm leaving a lot of black on these guys for the equipment and stuff and the gun barrels. One quick, easy way to make them pop out is just to take a dry brush, very fine, small dry brush of gray or white, I recommend gray, and just be very careful to pick out those black parts. Maybe even other parts of the model too, but you got to be careful. It will fade the model. But if you put it on black, everything just pops out. You don't have to paint it. So if you got something that's black and you don't want to use metallic on it, it's a gun barrel, they wouldn't be shiny, just do something like that. That's what I do usually. It speeds up the process considerably and looks good. All right, let's Save a little bit of this paint. Of course, I haven't done that so far with this project. I'll do that later because I'm just trying to get things on the table. Next is this. It's flesh. We're going to do flesh. I got 5 more paints plus this one is 6. I'm getting there. Dun, 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 dun. Oh. Where's his other hand? Right here? Okay. Let's do his face. A bit of his chin, neck, and ear, if I could see it. He's done. And the other guy. Alright, face. Okay. I can barely see that. Flesh is done. It's another paint down. We have 5 more. I keep putting too much paint on my palette here. Alright, next is going to be Luftwaffe green. Can't put that on yet. This one's first. It's going to be German camo beige. Yes, this is the base for the camo covering on the helmet. This has to go on first. And again, that's too much paint. God. I hate these dropper bottles. Actually, now that I think about it, this is also the color of the bread bag. One of the colors it could be. So let's do that next. If I could see it. Where is it? Right here? I think that's it. This guy. Looks like it might be under that thing. Put it right there. Okay. And finally, it's also the color of the anklets. So let's do those. All right. It's the end of the beige. Once again, I gotta save some paint here. I always take too much. I probably should have used my wet palette. Next time. Maybe the pears. If I can remember to clean it out, I'm gonna use my wet palette for the pears. It's gonna be a lot of green. It's kind of like an olive drab with a little bit of white in it because it's faded. I don't know why they changed to a different ugly color. The pears. The M44 or whatever it was called. They changed their uniform and it was just a pasty green. All right, next color is, now we can go back to this. Actually, let's let that dry. Let's use this. This is Cavalry Brown. No, it's Saddle Brown. This is the cover for the canteens. Oh, you know what I'm missing? I'm missing the flat brown for the rifle. Shovels. Let's see if I could just put a little bit on there. Okay, canteen covers. Oh, there it is. This is also the color of the shoes. Or no, it's not. Okay, that's it. Goes by quick when you got just two guys. Alright, let's use the flat brown. I use that for the rifle. And the wood, basically, which is the shovel. If they have one on them. I don't see a shovel on either one of them, so that's that. Let's do the rifle. Okay. Anything else I want to use this with? Let's see. Okay. Next, Luftwaffe green, I think. This is for the camouflage. We're almost done. Sure that's enough. That'll work. It's literally just the... Wait a minute. Yeah, Luftwaffe. That's the green for the camouflage pattern. So I'll make some little squigglies here with the green and the camo cover of the helmet. Alright, that's it. Next is the brown. This will be the shoes and the camouflage pattern. This is an Andrea brown, one of the tones from their brown paint set. I don't know what you'd call this. It's a much more flatter brown. Helmet cover. Alright, anything else? Shoes. Where is it? Kind of lost the paint. Where is it? There it is. Let me actually paint the sling of his rifle too. All right. Finally, brass. Let's see what we're looking at. It's just the one guy. Well, you know what? We got to correct something. So this will slow the whole process down. I need black. There's a couple things I need to fix. first is this guy's ammo sling. I thought it was the color of his jacket and painted it green. It's not. It's actually the little sling bandolero of ammo. And there was something else which requires a different color. Which is beige. Camo. German. I missed a part of the anklet. Right there. Right. We'll let that dry a little bit. We'll get to the final color. They still need a wash. We'll do that. Let's paint some brass. Okay. All right. That's it. They're done. So the painting ended at 6:04. 35 minutes. But we're not finished yet. We still have, well, I have to pause. I have to wait. You know, while I'm sitting here waiting, let's grab that gray or that white or something here. I'll use the white. It's a little bit harsh, but we're going to use white. Just a little bit. I'm going to dry brush this big MG42 just a little bit. I got to make it stand out somehow. It's a little too much. Wipe it off. Perfect. Could show that, but it's not going to focus, is it? Because it's not on auto. Yeah. How you doing, Todd? So that took 6:05. Let that dry, and then finally, well, we got to wash them. That's it. So what I'll do next is I'll actually put them on the base. Super glue. And then we'll put on the wash. And for all intents and purposes, we're done. Let me read. Timing the work. I've done that with projects. It's fun. Do you keep a journal of colors used for armies? I usually have reference material, and I don't need a journal. I mean, especially for World War II stuff. I got that Flames of War. My guides for that. That's usually what I just refer to, for the most part. But I don't always follow that too. But I should write down that I use Andrea paints, whatever number this is, and put that in for my boots and my camouflage. That's about the only time I'll actually write recipes or anything. That's me, though. It's probably smarter to write this stuff down. Yeah, let's get our super glue. Super glue, my friend. I don't often time myself. I used to do it when I did commissions. I used to record the start times of everything. So when I made a video, I'd actually put down the total paint time, the total time spent basing, and the total time spent cleaning up the models, because that's a lot of time. And I'm talking about a project that has like a fixed number of figures, so like 350 or something. How long did it take? This wasn't bad. It took me 15 minutes to do one 15mm guy. That's not too bad. That's just the painting. I'm happy with that. But yeah, it's interesting. It's sealed. I'll have to use this one. These are metals. I hope this guy fits. Is he gonna fit in there? Yeah, he does. I run out of miniatures last night and I had to find some metals. I'm gonna dump that right. Ooh, that's too much. Damn it. Got crazy here. Just needed a little glue. I'm getting crazy. You know what? Let's put him in the front. This guy we'll put in the middle. Bringing up the ammo. Okay, we'll let them dry. Probably not in focus. We're going to let them dry, and then we're going to give them a wash. We're going to call it a day. Yada da 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 da. I gotta get this off my head. Yeah, I only had 2 models to do, so I decided, hey, let's figure out how long it takes us. So 5:35 to 6:04. What is that, a half an hour? Yeah, that's a half an hour. So 15 minutes. Well, not bad. So it should take me a half an hour to do one base for Flames of War of 4 guys. So that's half an hour. So a squad, 2 bases, would be an hour. So it would take me 6 hours to paint a platoon, not including the command. Wow. Without doing anything with the basing. Seems like a long time to me. It's all right. It's all right. 6 hours. Is that right? 1 hour per base. Yeah. Yeah, 1 hour per base. 4 guys per base. 6 total bases. That's 6 hours. There you go. West Virginia. That's where Kyle lives. And PA. It's past May. Did you? What part of PA were you in, man? Went to get Lancaster County, Gettysburg, Antietam, Winchester, and Kernstown. Visiting a friend in Falling Waters or Falling Waters, West Virginia. Oh, that does sound like where Kyle is. Yeah, there's a lot of battlefields around this region. Virginia. When you start playing Flames again, are you going to play points battles or historical or both? Both, for sure, man. Both. I could do some scenario action. There's a lot of scenarios I'd like to put on the table. And lots of standard, games. I haven't played enough of Flames of War 4th edition. I think I played 2 games. Maybe just 1. I did one for Bob. A good friend Bob. You remember Bob? I did a bat rep for him. And that was the last Flames of War I ever played. Since. But I'm also anxious to try these other games too. Like O Group again. Oh, I love that game. All these games, like I said yesterday, they're like apples and oranges and grapes. They all give you a different feel, a different experience when you play them. Like, I love Flames of War because it does certain things a certain way. Not everybody likes all the abstraction. I don't mind it. I enjoy it because it's just freaking fun. And then, of course, I love O Group and I love Battle Group for totally different reasons. I get a different experience with each one. So why wouldn't I play all these different games? And Rommel, that's a 4th one that's like, wow, a whole different experience. I enjoyed that too. I think it's fun exploring different games and different rules. You're always going to have your favorites and probably play the bulk of your battles with those rules just because. And I can do that. I'm not part of some club or anything. I can do whatever I want and what I enjoy. It's like self-discovery. I'm going to let them dry, and I'm going to give them a wash of strong tone. I love this stuff for my World War II models. Next week, we're going to start with the basing, the texturing of the bases, and we're going to start the U.S. Paras. 82nd Airborne, baby. I also today put together the 2 30 cal 1919. Oh, you can't see them. Of course you can't. They're black. I put them together and put them on the bases. So we're going to do our platoon. Wouldn't it be great if I got them all done next week? Maybe. Let me read here. When you start playing Flames of War again, going to play points. It's good to know that's how long it takes so you can have some realistic expectations when you finish the... Yeah, that's a good point. I think I did it with my 10 mil Napoleonics too. I don't remember how long it was though. 5 minutes? I think it was 5 minutes for one guy. Ours remembers. He would tell me what it was. Good friend Bob. Yeah, I got a chance to chat with him in a live chat. Somewhere. I forget the stream. But I was chatting with him and one of his friends. Another modeler. Earlier this year. Boy, it was good to catch up with him. Haven't talked to him for years. There's so many games. Yes, too many. Got to learn to prioritize so you can focus and get things done. The great thing, as you know, is that once you get your stuff based, you're pretty much good to go. I'm not a stickler, especially with World War II games. Basing isn't really a big deal. You can play any game with this stuff. You know, in Rommel, this is a company, and that's fine. In O Group, this is a company. Is it a company? No, O Group, this is a full squad. And this basing size is perfect. Flames of War, this is half a squad, a team. In a battle group, it really doesn't matter. This is part of a squad. It's 1-to-1 scale, so this is part of a squad too. So it's just, you're good to go. Basing is the least of your problems. You can play so many different games. Great podcast episodes, some Canadian blokes, about how games are designed and for what purpose. For example, are you looking to simulate the company command or whatever level of command? Yeah, it's good to experience all of them. You're naturally going to lean towards one. For whatever reasons. Could be the gameplay, could be the mechanics, whatever. You're going to lean somewhere at one point. But it's good to try them all. And really get a feel for not only a different game, but a different way of thinking sometimes. Strategically. Or tactically. Or the way you view a battle. Like historically. Like, wow, that's what it would really look like? Wow, that was really that powerful, that move? Or those breakout units? Whatever. Things like that. It's good to experience that stuff. Oh, there's so much heft to this now. Watch out, Clyde. Where were you? You keeping track of my painting? You disappeared on me. Or were you lurking? I'm in a basing for World War II. Use what you have. Yeah, because it really doesn't matter, right? I mean, I'm just basically basing for my favorite game. I kind of lean towards Flames of War just because. So I kind of base for that, and that's fine. That works with everything. That's the great thing about World War II games. Now, when you start getting into ancients and medieval and Napoleonic, things get a little touchy, but I'm good that way too. Basing is not a huge issue to me. Never really was. I like differences between base sizes. Even in the same battalion, because it's just realistic. I mean, how real is it to have every battalion the same frickin' size with the same number of figures? It's never really that way. It's a joke. Lurkin. Clyde loves basing. He is a baser. You do good stuff, Clyde, actually. I've seen your stuff. When I look at painted miniatures, I'm almost always, first thing I'm drawn to is the base. I don't know why. Maybe I'm alone. Maybe I'm not alone in that. It's like one of the first things I notice is that freaking base. And if it's crap, it really deadens the whole model to me. If it's great, that model could look average and just be spectacular because of that base. I can't help but notice the base. It's a big deal. It's all about the base. I'm addicted to base. I'm addicted to bass. Well, we got that done, Clyde. Got it done. Huzzah! Just gotta let the super glue dry. And give them a wash. And put them with the rest. Yeah, they're looking pretty good. Jake will be all excited. Still, I think my timing is going to be... I'm not going to play with these yet. We're not going to play with them yet. I want to get them all completely finished. So this weekend, we're going to be painting on the stream. I'm going to have him painting some Flak 88s while I'm doing the basing, texturing the bases, and painting the US pairs. And then next week, I'll be finishing up the US pairs and their basing. This is my plan. And by that weekend, we should be ready to set up our first battle. I mean, the infantry will be pretty much done. The only thing is just the decals and weathering on the tanks, which I probably won't do yet. But I'll be able to play with the whole kit and caboodle. And I won't film anything yet. I'll start making videos. I don't know why I say film. It's not film, it's video. I'll start making videos sometime after that because I want to finish those tanks. I want everything to be done. And I'll make a video about the whole project from beginning to end with Jake. How about that? Sound good? Back to the World War II goodness. I can't wait any longer. I'm gonna douse these and wash. Can't contain myself. I'm really hyped today for some reason. I gotta relax. I get headaches and everything else doing this. Getting a little crazy. Let's see. Let's grab a big brush. A big one. I want a big one. A little bit bigger. Da 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 da. Heck with the super glue. I don't care. Just put this on. Oh, that looks so good with that little highlighting on the black. Oh, it's so good. Damn. Did I just do something here? What did I do? It looked like I dipped in the black paint. That scared me. I don't know why that happened. Especially on his helmet. Alright, that's one guy. It's so good. Yeah, that little highlight trick I just showed you. What a difference that makes. It's so quick and it's so easy. Just don't want to overdo it. If you do it right though, man, oh. All those little details, boom. It's like magic. There, done. Yes. And all I did was 2 guys today. Look how stoked I am. Come on. All that progress. Doesn't seem like much, but it's a lot. Feels good. It's called getting stuff done. You guys gotta start jumping in here. Getting some stuff done like that too. You'd be surprised. Where's the camera? I'm not going to show them too close because they're not the best I've done, but still. Look at some details there. Look at some details. Look at that. Look at that wash does, man. It's magic. These guys are looking the part. Yeah. Deep sigh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Would you like to see the whole cast of characters? Let me grab all the infantry. 2 platoons worth. Gotta show them. All right, so do 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 dun 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 dun. There you go, that's 2 platoons with command. That's also the company headquarters for the Panzer Grenadiers. I'm not sure which division. I don't have any specific designators to say this is whatever. But I could. It's just a matter of getting this on the table for starters. And that's what I achieved. And then, of course, we got the 2-pack 40s. We got to put them in there, too. They are my favorite weapon. Favorite unit, whatever you want to call it. In World War II, I am a huge Pack 40 fan. I love them. These little sneaky buggers. So there they are. That is the fruits of my labor. And guess what? What makes this even more special, besides Jake being involved and being able to paint some of this with me, is that all this stuff is mine. It's my stuff. It's not a commission. Brother, I needed that. Because I was burning out. Use duct tape. That helps contain. Keep on practicing. Keep on practicing, Clyde. You're going to be on stage soon enough. You just wait and see. Ka-dun-dun. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Do a little soft shoe on the side. You're all set. That's a too strong tone. But there you go, folks. But we ain't done. Next to be the platoon of Paras. My first infantry unit for my big, vast collection of Americans that I had before, my first unit was, like this, a platoon of U.S. Paras. It's crazy how it's all like I'm mimicking how I started Flames of War all over again. The Germans are a little different, though. I had Panzer IVs, of course, but I had a lot of Stugs. I don't have any right now. I don't have anything. I gotta print out or buy some new models from. I want to get some Stugs, Panthers. I might grab that Fortress Europe box because it's like an expansion to the Hit the Beach set. Comes with Panthers or Tigers, one or the other or both. And pretty much the same, more of the German infantry. More Paras. What do they get? They also get those Wolverines, those M10s, open top tank hunters. 2 different varieties, I think. I don't remember. And I had all this stuff previously. So yeah, it is like starting over, doing the same stuff again. But I'm loving it, though. I'm loving it. Let's put this on autofocus because I don't want to mess with it. Alright, so we did 3 hours and 36 minutes. That's pretty good. Pretty standard, actually. And we got what I wanted to get done. Got a couple extra models painted here that I'll use for something. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do next, folks. 3 hours, good, consistent work. Yeah. And I kept the conversation alive that whole time, too. Keep that in mind. And I didn't have to roll any dice for inspiration. I think I'm going to have potatoes. Fritz looks into the cabinets. He looks in the What am I trying to say? He looks into the kitchen looking for potatoes. Are there potatoes lying about? Let's see what the oracle says. All right, we got 2 yeses, and then we got a no. So this will cross out. So there's 1 yes and no fortune. So yeah, there's some potatoes around, which is very, very true. Will I fry up some potatoes with butter and a little salt? Maybe yeah, will I do that? It's very likely, so I'm going to take away any no and re-roll it. So we got a yes, ooh, there's fortune, and a no. So it's very likely. I'm going to re-roll this to see if it's 3 yeses. It is. It's 3 yeses. Guess what I'm having tonight in style? Oh my gosh, it's going to be the best. I'll probably add a little ketchup, a little ranch on the side, and gravy too. So it's going to be fluorescent. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Now we'll ask the question, am I going to eat too much and get totally sick tonight and not be able to sleep? Uh-oh, I got fortune again. However, got blanks on the twins, and the hammer of the god says yes. So yeah, I'm gonna 1 yes. I'm gonna get sick tonight. But there's a bright side to it. It's not gonna last long, and I'm gonna be hungry again. I love these things. If you play RPGs, you got to get yourself. This particular oracle is fantastic. The rules for using it are in the free PDF you can download. for Tales of Argosa. This, along with the activity die, which again is a 6-sided die, and all 6 results are different. They're basically, when you want to know what an NPC or people are doing in an encounter, you roll that, and there's 6 possible results. Like social would be like they're talking and stuff, eating, sleeping, fighting. These are all different results you can get. It's just a D6 roll, and it's an activity die. That goes with the Oracle, but it's only rolled for that specifically. Also, there's a deck of cards, which is like a tarot deck, and it's got all kinds of things on where you can get directions, weather, moon phases. You get an adjective and a noun and a verb on each one. You can use it to determine directions randomly. You can use it to determine the descriptors for an NPC or attitudes. You can use it for, all those different things. Weather. So them combined with these dice, fantastic Oracle that's simple, no chart referencing, and it's got much more depth to it than just a D6. Oh, you have a 1 in 6 chance of this happening. Let's roll a D6 and see if you roll a 1, which is great. I've used that all the time for miniatures games and RPGs, and still might, but I love this Oracle. Anyway. Get it now for $9.99. Let's read. Like you, Clyde? I made bubble and squeak. You did. Little laughter. Little lulls. Misfortune. A portal with some blight. A potato with some blight. There you go. I didn't get no misfortune. That's the skull. See my hastily drawn skull? Pretty good, huh? Pretty good. Little hastily skull. Little hasty skull. Looks terrible. Fighting while eating and sleeping. Yep, that would be a terrible situation, wouldn't it? I'd be concerned. 6:30. Fantastic. Oh, at least I didn't get a headache today. Got close a few times. That's a nasty cough. I wonder what that's from. I think I'm talking too much today. Well, I've been talking straight non-stop for 3 hours. Just the way I like it. Yeah, you better. You don't want to leave starving kids in your house. What's the matter with you, Clyde? I yelled at you before about that. Stop ignoring them. I know our chats are fantastic here, but come on. You're going to get yourself in trouble. All right, folks, I'm going to leave it at that. With our crazy, wacky humor. We're losing our minds here, folks. Losing our minds. And it's good fun, too. I'm going to be back I should be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. I don't know if Jake is coming tomorrow. I don't know what the situation's. Probably I'll be on tomorrow. All right. If not, probably Saturday. And/or Saturday. Otherwise, I'll be on Monday and all through next week. So there you go, folks. I hope you had a good time. Take care of Clyde. Take care of Todd and everybody else. I appreciate it. And you guys have a wonderful evening and weekend. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, Clyde. We'll all be somewhere. And until next time, folks, hang in there. And you know why. It's only going to get better, folks. Trust me. Talk to you soon.